Ha.We Relatives. This week I am joined by Indigenous drag legends Lady Shug and Oliver Herface. Fresh from performing at the First Nations Performing Arts Winter Party here in Lenapehoking. I have been a longtime fan of Lady Shug and knew I had to get her in the studio while she was in town. I first saw Shug on season 1 of the HBO series We're Here. It was the first time I saw Indigenous drag represented on a major media network. Shortly after, I noticed that we both followed my favorite YouTube makeup artist and personality, Luscious Massacre. We both got to interact on Luscious' platform, but I always missed meeting Shug in person when they would come to perform for New York Pride, because I'm always back home for our Ilanshka, our ceremonial dances. So I wasn't about to miss this moment. Joining Lady Shug and Land O'Lakes on the La La Land Back tour for this special night was the brilliant Oliver Herface, a Two-Spirit Boricua drag king, producer, and host based in Brooklyn. Oliver stays busy producing and hosting parties all across BK, including performing with the world-famous Coney Island Sideshow. A proud third-generation Nuyorican, Oliver produces and hosts Nueva York, a multi-generational celebration of salsa, queerness, Boricua, and Nuyorican culture, featuring Las Marquitas, a queer and trans salsa band. Through this work, Oliver isn't just preserving tradition, they're actively decolonizing salsa. He is also a founding member of Black Cherry Sideshow, the only all-trans, all-POC sideshow collective, further expanding space for radical joy, visibility, and representation. These relatives carry so much for so many in their communities, and we all benefit from the care, labor, and love they pour into their performances. I want to give a heartfelt thank you to First Nations Performing Arts and Performance Space New York for hosting this all-Indigenous drag show. It was truly a special night.
Ooh, not the
There's a whole whole podcast.
Not the sleepy Shug. Okay.
What if I fall asleep on your podcast?
You could fall asleep. I would live. We would just read you the whole.
You just have to snore into the mic.
Relatives, welcome back to the show. I am your host, Amy Farid, and joining me today, I have two icons in the Indigenous community.
Always.
Okay, wait. All right.
We're starting off early.
Icon.
We're starting off early.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Yes. You may recognize this voice as the one and only drag superstar, Lady Shug. Lady and gentle thems.
Hi,
Lady Shug. Thank you so much for being here.
I was just kidding. Oliver is an icon.
Oliver's an up-and-coming legendary children.
I'm established in this scene.
Okay, that's true.
But they did do our show, so that's why they're up and coming.
Yes. Brooklyn's own Oliver Herface.
Yes.
Welcome to the pod, Oliver.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
How are you guys doing?
Great.
What's going on?
We forgot Land O'Lakes.
Oh my God, Land
Oh wait,
O'Lakes.
she's not here.
Land O'Lakes had to fly out super quick, and we didn't get to record with her this time, unfortunately.
With him.
I'm so bad. I call everyone a her, and it's so bad. But Land O'Lakes is not here because they are booked and busy.
Wow.
Right? They are booked and busy. Not that y'all
Shady
aren't.
start already.
I love it.
This is what we're here for. You both performed on Saturday night at the First Nations Performing Arts Party with Land O'Lakes. And we are so lucky in New York to have a space to host such things. I mean, it's New York. We better have a place to fucking host. But that you're getting paid for. You're getting flown out to come and perform for us here. And that is in itself so incredible. Indigenous visibility, queer, trans what am I trying to say? Visibility, not invisibility. We're not invisible anymore.
Technically, we're still
We have a long way to go.
Because going back to that, do you know that they finally put Indigenous people for New York Pride like 2 years ago? And that was me in Land O'Lakes.
Yeah, no, I know.
And it took that long?
It took that long. And I'm always back home in Oklahoma during New York Pride for our ceremonies. So I always miss when you've come here a few times. And that's why I was like, oh, Shug is going to be here in the winter. I'm going to that damn party out in the rain, sleet and snow. Me and my baby girl, we made the trek and it was incredible. And I was so happy to see you. And also you, Oliver Herface. And I'd heard about your show from my friend before, the stapling.
Yeah.
The staples.
Yeah.
We live.
Yeah.
The performance.
This is my brother that I'm obsessed. This is my new obsession.
Obsessed.
Of just having, I don't know. I feel like you confuse the people, but
And
in
that's
a
what I
good
want.
way.
Yes.
I'm always aiming to leave people seeing something they've never seen before and they're never going to see again unless they come see me again.
And you did that. You are a drag king and a producer.
Yeah.
You have your own show that you produce. And tell us about your show.
Yeah. I mean, I have two shows that I produce yearly that are my big shows, but I have also a monthly. I'm a part of the only all trans, all POC sideshow in the history of the world, the Black Cherry Sideshow. We're every second Saturdays at Purgatory. And we are always just trying to bring voices to people of color in these industries. Sideshow and circus arts in general are Indigenous practices. When I'm stapling myself, when I'm eating fire, I feel very in tune with my ancestors. We created these arts, but when you look around at the sideshow performers, you see white faces. You see people that can have disposable income to take these classes, but it was us who actually had the connection with these spirits that we were able to start these arts. So I'm really blessed to be able to do that. I also produce a yearly salsa event that is celebrating Nuyorican culture. I'm third generation Nuyorican. It's called Nueva York every July. And it's a huge party with a live salsa band that is decolonizing salsa and all Boricua DJs and drag artists. And it's a really beautiful night. And so I'm really blessed that I get to be able to do that and celebrate these Indigenous arts that we've had for so long and centering that in queer culture too.
Oh, and the salsa night in July, I have to be there.
Yes, July 18th.
Oh my God. Now, are you from a line of sideshow freak show people? How did you get into the sideshow freak show moment? Is freak show a right word?
Well, we tend not to use the word freak show anymore because it was a word that was used to belittle disabled people. Yeah. We say sideshow.
Okay.
Artists. It's just
Sideshow,
like drag.
circus artist.
Instead of like me being drag queen, drag artist, drag artist,
absolutely,
drag performer.
Right.
But no, I actually I saw a video of, I can never remember which queen. I think it might be Bob actually, but it's an old like video from behind the scenes of like one of their Work the World tours or something. And one queen is just put a Q-tip in her nose, like the way y'all saw me do with the straws. And I was sitting at home. I hadn't even started drag yet. And I was like, I feel like I could figure that out. And I figured it out.
Gravy.
And then
just from watching a Work the World tour.
Just a video backstage that someone was doing that. I don't even think that was part of her performance. I think they were just messing around. And I was like, I feel like I could figure that out. And I did. And when I started drag, I started meeting other sideshow performers. And I was always kind of drawn to the danger arts. And I just started picking up skills along the way. And then I've been doing drag for almost 7 years now, full time for 3 years, and sideshow for about 3 years now.
Work.
Yeah.
So you didn't have a drag mother or father in this. You're like one of a kind. You're like the first to do it. And do you have any drag children?
I don't have any drag children. I think I'm too young to have them yet. I started drag when I was 19, so I was just kind of doing what I needed to do as a young queer person. I grew up in Long Island, unfortunately.
I heard bad shit about Long Island.
Yeah, I always say on the mic, I crawled here all the way from the pits of hell, also known as Long Island. And Yeah, I would just run away to the train to find queer. I was very much a club kid. We talked about, they let us into the club in Face because, you're not going to card me when I'm in Face.
Exactly.
We didn't even get carded at Stonewall.
The door rule.
The doorman rules are different when you're in
You
Face.
have to, if you're giving a look, then you're coming inside.
Yeah.
We also don't encourage young folks to go there. You'll have your moment.
And there are more and more spaces for people who are under 21. Yeah. I'm also on the board for something called Little Park Drag Show, which is an all-ages drag show. So go to Little Park Drag Show. Don't go to the club.
Yeah, like me, I was sneaking in at 15, climbing fences in Wichita, Kansas to go to Our Fantasy. It'll be in my movie one day. But yeah, that's things that we had to do. People in our 40s, like we were sneaking in and, thank God I didn't get too caught up in partying and stuff like that because I was just being in places that I should not have been when I was a young girl, but felt safe because I was in a queer space because I was with all my gay, drag queen friends. I was totally protected. So I was really lucky in that sense. But yes, kids, look out for your all ages drag shows coming to you, brought to you by Oliver Herface.
Yeah.
Lady Shug. Lady Shug.
What's up?
We need to talk. Okay, so
I'm scared.
There's so many things to talk about. One, you and I are OG Luscious Massacre fans.
Oh god. Okay.
Can we talk about Luscious?
Sure.
Are we good with Luscious?
Yeah, I love
We're
Luscious.
always good with Luscious.
Yes, of course. No, not really, because she won't paint my face. But
oh my god,
she did.
Honey, she's an Emmy award winning.
Yes,
and now she's popped off, and now we can't even get 2 words in. We were like, Lady Shug and I once. Back in the old days, this is only like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, 2 years ago.
No, Luscious Massacre would have an online live YouTube and she would go and do whatever she was doing and she would open up her platform. And once Lady Shug and I don't know if you remember this, we went on and we talked. And I remember we were talking about our glasses. I had my glasses on and we were kikiing and I was telling you about how I missed you in New York because I was back home and la la la. But now we see Luscious Massacre
doing the damn thing.
Oh my God. Like people that I have been telling for years, like, bitch, can you please just watch Luscious? Because this reminds me of back home. These are and finally people are like, oh my God, this is the bitch you've been talking about. I'm like, yes.
With Luscious, with people like Luscious, with people like Lando, with people like Bob, those are up and coming ancestors. Luscious is doing a damn thing where people are going to forever in the history books remember them.
I mean, the sound bites alone are already just, things that we've been knowing forever, being fans of her since, I think I started following Luscious in 2012, 2014. And so all the little girls that don't do it, Rice, we've been here. So now it's like to see everyone doing it and her merch is popping off. Oh, by the way, speaking of merch, I do have my Lady Shug merch on, and y'all need to order Miss Lady Shug. You can order it on.
I don't have those T-shirts anymore.
Just kidding. It's one of a kind.
It is truly. But I do have merchandise. If you follow me on Instagram, you can find my merch on my link tree. I think that's
it is.
I'm so horrible with social media, but I do have merch out somewhere. If not, you can find it at the good old Goodwill. I'm sure somebody charged my shirt.
Stop.
You make it when your shirt's at the Goodwill.
You know what? You're absolutely right. But I would never give this up because look how cute this
I know.
is. You're
Indigenous.
You reprint them. What are you doing?
Indigenous artists, Indigenous printed.
Yes.
But yeah, with Luscious, I'm so proud of them. They're popping off as they should.
Yes,
I'm
deserved.
so happy.
Did you meet, if you have not seen We're Here season 1
and 2
wait,
and 3.
What? Hold on.
But yeah, we're okay.
So season 1.
I was on season 1.
You were on season 1, episode
4. Farmington, New Mexico.
Yes, tell us.
So originally they wanted to cast somebody that never did drag. So if nobody doesn't know, with TV, the producers call you and they try to find a storyline with you. So I had like 3 producers call me and say, hey, tell me your story. Everybody, they loved me. 3 times, 3 producers, 3 pitches. And they were like, okay. The only part they didn't like is because when they looked up New Mexico and drag, it was Lady Shug. So I was already established at that time. And she is that girl. They wanted somebody that's never done drag. But luckily, they got my nephew, which we found out that we're clan brothers or siblings. So, damn, I call myself a brother. A clan, because in our culture, we have clans.
Yes.
And so Nate was, technically, he was my little brother. And we found out during filming. And Nate told production, I'm not doing this without Shug, because Shug has been working hard, being Indigenous, doing drag. So I was kind of like his Yoda during his first season of We're Here. And that's kind of how I was included in We're Here. And our producer was like, everybody's talking about, why are you not in the show? So it's like the buzz, because nobody can really talk about, oh, we're doing a drag show. This is what's happening at HBO. But everybody kind of knows. And they're like, Shug, my phone is, they're like, they want to see you perform. So they're like, let's do a number. I was like, well, I have a number in my archive. And that number just blew up. Like, We're Here, our season went on during
2020, right?
And so that number, what is it now? 2026. I've been performing that at Norway, in Canada, like all over the U.S. Like that number has just been recycled. So that's been paying a lot of my bills. Is that number?
Yes, thank you.
And then season 2, our relatives in Kona, Hawaii, Lanakia, she was another daughter, and she reached out to me because she's a land protector as I am, and she's like, "How did production treat you? Would you come out?" And you know, when a land protector says, we need help, I was like, book flight.
Yes.
Done. So I went there, and that's why I was in season 2. If you see me, you see me. Spoiler alert. And then season 3, they wanted to, maybe I could talk about it. They wanted to do like a whole thing of like the former cast members. So we flew out to New Jersey for season 3. But because at this time it was Florida, the whole restroom thing with Florida and everything. So they changed the Florida episode to make it a 2-parter. And that was the season finale of season 3. But originally, the New Jersey episode where they brought people from season 1 and season 2 was supposed to be the season finale or like the big thing, but it got cut.
Okay.
So technically I was season 1, season 2, and season 3.
Wow. So you were all over We're Here. Did you meet Luscious when she was doing makeup?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's when you guys
in
first.
Hawaii, yeah.
Oh my God.
But I knew of Luscious before then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people who do makeup know good makeup artists.
Yeah.
So
I met Luscious because Shangela it was after the Farmington episode is when Luscious took over for season 1. Episode 5 is when Luscious came on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys have, seen each other here in the night's time. And now she's in LA. Would you ever consider where do you live right now?
I can technically say I live in still New Mexico, New Mexico, Arizona. So in between.
When you're living in Farmington, how is the drag scene there? You are the drag scene still, correct? Or is there more to...
I don't know. These people in New Mexico are going to kill me. I mean... No. I mean, there is a drag scene, but I love getting paid, so...
Right. So you're not trying to like put on the geesh for nothing.
I'm not pretty good.
Yeah.
There's not really a scene, but I always tell people, especially Indigenous communities or Indigenous artists, you don't have to be a part of a scene. You can make your own space.
Yes, exactly.
If I want to do a show in my community, on my reservation, in my territory, I could. So I tell people, especially drag artists, you can do drag anywhere. It just depends on how far you want to take it.
Right.
I've gotten so lazy and spoiled that I'm just like, if they're not paying me, I'm not getting out of bed.
Right. I mean, it's like Linda. Like, you don't need, it's like, I need 10,000. Do you have a drag mother?
I do. I have a drag mentor. And I have a trans mother too. Coco Vega from Las Vegas. She's in Dayton, Ohio now. And then my trans mother is Lisa St. Laurent from the House of Body. Wow. Yeah, so I have a lot of kids. I have one of my child's backstage.
Yes, the children.
Here.
JR is here. When did you first get into drag? How did you, when,
Oh my gosh.
was there a moment that like
Yes.
inspired you?
We're not talking about the year I did it, but
No, we don't have to talk.
I actually was forced into it. I never wanted to do drag.
Really?
That's the crazy
Forced
part.
to drag.
Yeah. My mother called me, or I was a res kid. Like I came from a graduating class of like 80 people.
Yeah.
There was no queer people or like queerness or transness around me. I think like the people I saw on TV were like Miss Doubtfire. That's like, that was my drag. So I never saw femininity, but when I saw it, when I was in Vegas living at the time, I walked in and saw the drag show of just these glamorous women, and I was just infatuated with them. The glamour, the glitz, the essence, the smell of them. It was just like, I want to do that. Or I was just kind of like at awe. I never said I want to, but I was like, so I just became friends with them. I was more like backstage. I would zip their dresses. I would collect their tips. I would do the spotlight sometimes. And then one time my mother, Coco Vega, she called me and she said, oh, so-and-so canceled. You're doing drag tonight. And I said, what? So she did my makeup, put a dress on me, and pushed me on stage. And it was literally like a moment where the lights came on, and it was just like, it felt normal.
What song did you perform?
Oh my gosh, I did You and Me by Cassie.
Oh my God.
I love her.
Oh,
yeah.
I love
So
Cassie.
it was her bopper.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
poor Cassie.
Oh, I don't want to talk about
Just
that.
You know you were trans.
Poor Miss Cassie.
The trans part maybe came later in my life. I don't know. There's so many labels in our community that I don't even know if I consider myself still trans.
Yeah.
I consider myself more as a person just to exist, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Because at one point I did thought I was non-binary, but that was still a label for me, and that was still hard for me to like develop until I talked to an elder of my tribe, and I said, how did you process in your age, when you were my age, like back in the day? They said we just existed.
Right.
So that's why I stopped saying I was non-binary.
I love that.
Would you say Two-Spirit, or is that still?
Two-Spirit's still, it's fairly new. I mean, I'll accept it, but I just feel like a label is just not like living on the spectrum of non-binary. I am who I am. I love who I am.
Yeah.
And want to love who I want to love.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times we get so involved of like, you need to call me this, or this is who I am, when they forget just to exist and just be who they are.
Right. So you prefer to be called relative.
That's
right.
Why relative.
So we don't have
hard.
to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relative is very neutral. It doesn't. It's very neutral for anybody.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Oliver, do you identify as Two-Spirit?
Yeah.
Trans or?
Yeah, I identify as Two-Spirit, I identify as trans, I identify as trans mask. I definitely agree and feel you on that. Like I like Two-Spirit because I think it also, unlike a lot of the Western words, talks about the roles. You know, like I'm a titi, that is part of my role. Like I feel like in my community, in my family, like I'm doing all of the roles, like the masculine roles, the feminine roles, that all of the above feels affirming for me. And like, yeah, like I think it's important to have that, a mix of the kind of masculine and feminine energies, you know, in our bodies and in our practices too. But yeah.
and also I don't judge people that need that, because there are some relatives that need to have the pronouns to exist in this world. So I'm not saying that people need to get where I am, but I do respect people that are like, well, this is my pronouns. But also to all these people that are watching, you're never going to get it right the first time. So you have to, if you're that person to be like, this is my pronouns, you also have to respect our relatives that are trying to catch up to understand.
Yes, because for them too, that it is unfortunately hard sometimes for them to wrap their head around it because of colonization, right?
Yeah.
A lot of our families, you know, we all come from, my mom went to boarding school. We all know someone that went to boarding school. And so through religion, they have been taught a way to think. And so to give them grace as you're breaking down their walls of their fundamental core beliefs that they were taught or beat into them a lot of times when they were little babies, our elders that sometimes have a hard time. So yeah, I love that we can show our elders grace in that way, because I mean, it is a form of colonization, why they are the way they believe, like certain things are right or wrong because of Catholicism.
Yeah, even all the pronouns that we're using are in colonial languages.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I was just kind of like,
Exactly.
oh, I don't like.
Like, I mean, we've had this conversation, and like, I don't mind when you call me, if people call me girls, like,
It's very
I know
hard
who
for me,
I am.
especially because like as a queen,
know.
that's how I grew up, was like everybody she her.
Same.
but you also will only call me brother and uncle. So it's like you see me in that
I try
way.
to correct it.
But yeah, so it's more like that. Like, I know who I am. I know
You won't get upset.
I'm not,
yeah.
especially because I'm Two-Spirit. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm, when people are trying to come at me with malice about
Oh
stuff,
yes,
then
if
that's
they come at
different.
you in a
Yeah.
different
Oh.
way, it will.
But it's most of the time elders are just, they're just trying to communicate in any ways that they can, and so it's like,
Yeah.
they're usually coming from a place of love.
Definitely. You know their heart for the most
Yeah.
part. And you could also sense when it's not
right.
coming from,
That's when I'll have a problem with it. when
Yeah.
it's
And I love you, Shug,
negative.
because you will call people out on that.
Stop it. I do. I
Don't
need to stop
do
doing that.
it. Stop
Don't
it.
do it, little girl.
Don't do it, little girl. I love that about you.
Thank you.
Because we need people like you to school these people. People don't know. Even in some of the luscious chats, like some of those white twinks are so
they
oblivious
get triggered when
to
I
the
say
relatives,
the
honey.
white tears, the white privilege.
Oh, yeah.
They get triggered.
Oh,
by
I
that.
live. That would be like Shug is going in on these queens.
Yes, I'll say that again. You white privileged bitches watching it. You better pay this one so she can have more content.
Okay. Oh, exactly. So the show on Saturday night, that was my first time seeing an Indigenous drag show. Because I've seen every other drag show.
It's all the white privileged shows.
I've seen all the shows,
Yeah.
but not the Indigenous. I grew up, in gay clubs. So it was amazing. But also I was crying by the end of it. So I never cried at a drag show. But this is
Boo-hoo crying.
boo-hooing.
I was too.
Yes,
And I've seen those numbers multiple times.
exactly. Because as Indigenous drag performers, you guys were incorporating MMIW, our missing and murdered Indigenous women, how harmful colonization is,
The boarding school
trauma. So that was really heavy and also amazing. And my daughter was with me, and I wanted her to see, we have to carry a lot with us as Indigenous people all the time.
Yeah.
And it is a lot sometimes to carry that. But I think it's important. But do you think you have a responsibility to, as Indigenous drag performers, to educate your audience about our issues?
I feel like it's not a responsibility, but it's a privilege to share it.
I agree.
A lot of times, especially in the genre that I grew up, it was very much that the white man was superior. So you don't talk about that. You don't talk about your trauma. You don't talk about abuse. You don't talk about murder. You don't talk about hate and disrespect. You keep your head down because of this white person is superior. And that's how my ancestors taught me, or my elders. So for me to perform numbers that I do in our show, to do numbers that are talking about our MMIW and MMR, our missing Indigenous relatives, talking about the boarding school, talking about how we've been so oppressed and everything, it's been a privilege. But also, when you come to our shows too, Native people are very humorous.
Yes.
So we have humor. Of course, there's glamour, glitz, hammer, beauty and everything, but like there's a mix of it. So I feel like it's a privilege for me to share my art through drag. Because a lot of times I feel like when people do the work that we do, they're scholars, they're like our activist people, they can talk. But the way we talk is through our drag.
Yes.
So that's how I feel like we can contribute to our community and let people know. But then also just to have Indigenous excellence and queerness in a space is just beyond
And
epic.
that it was a party to celebrate indigeneity. So we were all in there for the most part, either,
Right.
adjacent or
Indigenous
adjacent.
or an ally.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it felt like a safe space to, cry, to like let that out, oh my God, I'm going to cry now.
No.
But do you find when you're performing like in Norway, like you said, how are those crowds? I mean, they're probably just so
great.
excited and happy.
Like a lot of times when we do these spaces, they're like, wow, there's an Indigenous drag artist. Like just for us, just even not even doing drag of existing, they still think that we're behind the shadows or we're
So true.
on some
We're like a
TV show,
stereotype.
that we don't exist anymore,
Yeah.
that we're gone. So a lot of times they're like, wow, I didn't know this was even a thing.
When people listen to my podcast, they've written to me, or if I see them in person and I meet them, they say the same thing.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're not from America, they're immigrants or from another country, and all they know of us are based on stereotypes. So they had no idea.
They're like on stolen land.
There's designers, there's directors, and they're just like, oh my God, I had no idea. And I'm like, yeah. So that's why I love doing this, because it just exposes a whole other group of people that haven't seen us.
That's why it was funny. I don't know if you were there when Lando was talking about it, because it was 2019 when I first thought about it. And Landa's very much the traditional auntie and I'm more the fun auntie. And just her drag and my drag are two different things. It's black and white, but they mesh perfectly.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, well, if we do this tour, I want to do it only with you. And if we do it, when we go to these different locations and territories, I want to include other Indigenous people from the communities to let somebody know, hey, Oliver's Indigenous, they do drag. Why don't you book them for Pride? Why don't you book them for your show? So that when they come to our show or they see this or actually just get paid and be headlining, because a lot of times these Indigenous things, the billing's something, and we don't want to be the small print, we want to be the big print. So this is our time for our tour to be highlighting Indigenous excellence.
And the name of the tour, again, say it.
Lala Landback Tour.
Love. And how long is the La La Land Back tour? It's ongoing.
It's ongoing.
It never stops.
Until they stop booking us.
Hopefully it never stops.
I hope so,
and it just gets bigger. And
the reason why we got Lala is because it's kind of like a Lily.
Yes.
So, and also my name starts with Lady, L-A-D, and then Landa, L-A. But also when we did this, I was telling you at the dress room, with Oliver, it would be the LOL tour. Because it would be Lady, Shug, Oliver, and Lando.
I mean, you fit right in.
Yeah. The LOL
it's the
tour.
perfect.
Yes. The LOL tour.
Oh my God, love. Before we get into the shade of it all.
We just did off camera.
Before we get to the shade of it all, is there a dream place that you both would like to perform? Anywhere in the world that you be like, oh, that's my dream?
The motherland, Borican.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to perform there.
Where's your family from in Puerto Rico?
From Ponce.
But how can we get you a show in Puerto Rico?
I mean, I'm working on it. I literally have just been posting about getting bookings out there. Just in general, I'm trying to go all over. But yeah, this is my full-time job. So anyone booking out there, I'm always anywhere. I'll go anywhere.
The LOL tour.
The LOL tour, yeah.
Where would mine be? Oh my gosh. Honestly, this might be controversial, but I've been wanting to do a show at the Seminole Tribe area. So that's Florida. So that would be the Hard Rock Cafe or Hard Rock Hotel.
Yes, all of the Hard Rocks. They own it all, honey.
In Hollywood,
Florida.
So if you're anybody that I want to
Seminoles,
go there.
In the chat, come on, Seminoles, I need to be there too. I mean, I can come and do. I am available for any bookings, any podcasts, anything hosting you may need.
Not you, the official La La Land Back podcast.
Let's do it. I'm down.
That would be one.
We are searching for the next
That would,
Indigenous drag queen.
oh,
Right? Let's have the
yes.
show.
Hold on before.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, there for like Indigenous territory is there.
That's right. That would be amazing.
It would be probably like outside the White House, just to like
On the streets of DC.
No, I want to be on the lawn.
On the lawn?
Yes. I want a ladder and an upside down flag that says land back.
Decolonize the damn White House.
But they're not going to do that.
They're going to shoot us all.
They're going to snipe me.
They would for sure kill us all. They have no
I love the sentiment, though. I love the idea.
But don't you think that'd be very cute?
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Getting shot in the ladder.
No, not you getting shot.
I mean, the drama.
Oh, but talking about that, I told Lando, I was like, one time I was like, YouTube, it was just like during COVID times too. I said, we should do like a spinoff of like, we're here, drag race, but you and I be the hostess and we find like these Indigenous kids and we do like a drag show. And
Yes.
it's like a weekly thing.
Yes.
And we do like, maybe, oh my God, someone might steal it if I'm saying it. But like, do like, very much drag race,
Yeah.
all indigeneity and Indigenous people, like all over.
But like we're here, where you're going to every city.
To do like shows on the reservation.
Yes,
I love that.
I think that'd be great
Yeah.
to like bring like kids that are from the Indigenous tribes that would never come to the city or never can go to the big cities and have a moment for them to actually do a show.
Yes. It's so needed.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
We
And
need
me
to
and
do
Lando
this.
would be the hostess.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you guys are the most famous of the Indigenous drag
I don't know,
queens.
somebody's probably going to fight you for that, but
I mean, I'm ready. Please, in the chat, like, let's go. Please tell me if there is anybody more famous than you, really. I mean, who are we talking about here? Let's be real.
I'm not.
Speaking of the shade.
Stop.
Oh, what about Ginger Minge?
Oh, I'm tired.
Would Ginger Minge be considered, I mean, you know, you're Puerto Rican, you're Boricuan. So how do you feel about the Ginger Minge of it all?
I don't
Puerto
really-
Rican.
Well, I think it would depend on where her family's from, because just like anywhere
Has anyone
in
asked
Latin
that
America,
question?
Well, also, let's
like,
be
there's
honest.
white-
A lot of people don't realize that blood quantum's a real thing.
Thank you.
And blood quantum is a fucking colonization
Thank you.
down of labeling Indigenous people.
Thank you.
And yes, our Latin community, our Black community, our Indigenous people, like where does it come from? People don't realize the government wants to control us. Okay, that's all I will say.
Control us, but then destroy us
Yeah.
through blood quantum, because that's like what people are like, well, how much Indian are you?
Right.
It's like, oh, so what if they say, oh, you're this and that? So basically you're dwindling down to nothing. Like that's the goal. That was the goal of blood quantum in the United States.
And a lot of people don't realize that blood quantum only happens with Indigenous people, dogs, and horses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they even like in Boricuan specifically, they use blood quantum to make it look like
Really?
like there was no longer any Taino people. If you ask a lot of white archaeologists, they will say Taino people are extinct.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting right here. Lots of us are sitting right here. And it wasn't until another blood quantum thing of the ancestry test where they were like, actually, most Puerto Ricans have Taino DNA. Most Caribbeans have Taino DNA. And Boricuan
So you're
Taino.
saying you're 1% Cherokee. I'm dead. You know, that's every white lady's favorite thing.
Cherokee princess. It's like even more than white. It's like other races that are just like,
yeah.
my grandma was Cherokee. I had a Cherokee grandma.
Also, if you're not Indigenous and you're burning sage or have crystals, how dare you, you white witches. You need to stop. This is the reason why the world's burning.
Yes, and taking our resources and our sacred herbs.
Yeah, there shouldn't be sage
Put 'em
at
back.
Five Below.
Not Five Below.
They sell sage at Five Below.
Stop
Yes.
it.
I mean, taking from the
but
land.
if you're a white person that's going to buy sage from Five Below, you're getting bad medicine.
You
That's
have another thing. You have
if
other
you're
shit to worry
inviting
about.
That nasty energy into your house. But I will say on the Ginger Minge thing, there are a lot of Latinos who, you know, white people moved to Latin America too. Colonizers, they have a lot of colonizer blood too.
Yep.
So, but there are a lot of white Latinos who will use that to be like, oh, but I'm just like you know, when it's like, you know, you're our colonizers, you know, or you descend from our colonizers, you know.
Yeah. Oh, ginger minge.
Oh, ginger minge.
So I recently saw the rebuttal from Bob the Drag Queen about the ginger minge comments, because she's like on a whole tour literally slamming Bob for saying all these little things. And, Bob will show you the receipts.
Bob is a relative.
I mean, and you know Bob firsthand. You were on We're Here with Bob. And do you get to hang out or chill or talk to Bob at all? Are you guys
I could
in contact?
call him or text him if I wanted to, but they're super busy.
I mean,
and I get so nervous to like text my celebrity friend.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes I do connect with them. I'll be like, hey, I'm in LA. He'll be like, okay, I have tickets for you.
and Bob's going to be in Broadway and Moulin
Broadway,
Rouge.
Yes. I mean, if you look at their podcast, if you look in the corner of one of their podcasts, I forgot which one it is with the books, he has a Navajo basket behind him. And that's from
Oh, the one, yeah, the Purse for Studios, the studio. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
I saw that the other day and it just warmed my heart. So he's always been a really good relative.
Yeah, I agree. Right, Jose? You agree?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
he totally ignored your question.
That was good. I saw what you
Deflection.
did there. That was really, really
Done well.
Your daughter.
My daughter.
Your daughter.
My only child, yes.
Yes. And she acts like an only child too. But I love her. Okay, now you guys.
Relatives.
The girls. See, here I am. Where would you like to see Indigenous visibility grow? How do you think we can grow this moment? We're in a upswing of visibility. Is there anything that we can do, or what would you like to see happen?
I think just like every day participating in culture in the ways that you can, like I've heard a lot of people who are reconnecting that are scared to participate in things, that are scared to practice their medicines, that are scared to practice our dances. And that's what colonization wants. They want us to stop practicing. They want us to stop learning our languages. I even find that in myself. Like I find myself hesitant to seek out learning Taino. And it's that, the colonizer in you that's trying to, beat the Indian out of you. And like, I think every day little celebrations of just connecting with the culture, even in that number that I do in playing an Indigenous instrument in spaces that don't usually hear that, is important for me in that.
Yeah. Well, I think you nailed it on the head with that. Because there's a lot of relatives that live off our territories. There's a lot of relatives that are reconnecting in their culture and in their language. And so a lot of times they're not allowed to, they feel weird of trying to they forgot the language or the culture or the traditions or the stories. And they're allowed to relearn that. So I feel like I think my biggest thing is I want them to feel loved and know that their presence and their existence is valid.
How is it on the Dene reservation with people trying to reconnect? Do you have people coming back?
Of course.
Getting into ceremony?
Of course.
Learning?
I mean, even myself, I hear a lot of people, especially from We're Here, from the La Back tour, from me being the founder of Indigenous Drag Story Hour, that why me? Because I don't speak the language fluently. I understand, but like I said, I'm relearning my language. It's a hard language to learn, especially with the age, because as you get older, it's harder for you to process things. Don't laugh, JR.
Girl, the daughter chuckled back here.
But just holding that space. And so I always tell people, I'm not doing it saying yes, I'm from the Diné tribe, but my story and my timeline is not for everybody. I'm just representing my community, but not saying that all Diné people are like me.
Yeah. But it's important that you're visible as a Diné. And there's you're a story. You're a human that we're all, not a monolith based on a certain stereotype, and that you are taking the effort to re-engage.
Yeah.
Tell me about Indigenous Storytime.
Yeah, so I'm officially, as after 2025, I became the founder of Indigenous Drag Story Hour. So we are an umbrella under Indigenous Story Hour, which is a nonprofit that's international. And so we're the first chapter to highlight Indigenous storytellers, Indigenous books, Indigenous illustrators, artists, and writers. But also there's times that I read books that I love to decolonize, because growing up, a lot of these books were made for like white kids and not brown kids or people from the reservation.
So many books.
So a lot of times,
and movies.
So a lot of times, like some of these books, like they say like, oh, boys wear blue, girls wear pink, and I don't like that. I love like the term relatives. Instead of saying that, I'll say, oh, these relatives or this little relative. So that's like my other kind of form of way of like decolonizing a book that I love and dear and grew up with.
Is that on the web, like Indigenous Storytime? Where can we find that?
So you can find that with dragstoryour.org. You can book us for our La La Land Back Tour with them. And if you have a library or a school or a territory you want us to come, you can go to Drag Story Hour or to book the La La Land Back Tour and Story Hour.
And you guys will come and read to the babies?
Yes. It's not always for the babies too. Sometimes we can read to the elders.
Yes.
And to kids at heart, because who does not like to be read a story?
Exactly. From Lady Shug. I love that.
But yeah, it's fun. I'm very excited to finally do it. In my mind too, I hope that national with Drag Story Hour, that it doesn't just start with Indigenous Drag Story Hour. I want them to do a Black Story Hour, Asian Story Hour. I want them to have different chapters. And so in my mind, I hope that happens. But it feels right that they're doing it with Indigenous Story Hour first.
Yes, of course.
They did just have one in the Philippines. I also work we used to be called Drag Story Hour NYC. Now we're called Drag Artists for Expression NYC, because we are just no longer under the umbrella. We existed first though, technically.
Oh my God, the shade.
The shade. This is where the shade is coming.
Wow.
Here we go. Here we go.
But Yua Hamasaki is a part of our chapter, and she went to the Philippines and did.
Well, actually, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Did a story time over there. But if you're looking for any New York story times, I am a part of the Drag Artists for Expression chapter over here. For
Drag
kids, I'm
for expression.
all over the place, because I'm a little all over the place.
Oh my God, all over the place.
It's my appropriate
the kids.
children's name.
That's adorable. I love it. And your name is so good.
Thank you.
Word, you ate that one.
Thank you.
You did your big one with that one.
I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, I was explaining it to my boyfriend. I'm like, oh, and then I'm going to have Oliver Face. And he was like, wait, that's the name. I'm like, yeah. He was like, genius.
But I don't discriminate.
Okay.
They sure don't.
Okay. Yeah, I saw you guys hit the town after
We did.
After the gig on Saturday night.
Okay, end the podcast.
Miss, how was the New York nightlife treating you, Shug?
It's great. It's very
like
great.
it?
I do.
It was a Stonewall, right?
Yes, we did.
Iconic Stonewall. Speaking of luscious, the bricks, right?
So our tour has stopped at Stonewall.
Okay. So that wasn't your first time?
No,
been there. No. So I have a friend, Didi Fuego, who was the pork chop of the season on...
Oh, yes. I just saw that this morning.
On Drag Race. I did a few wigs, 4 or 5 wigs for Didi, which we won't see, but we'll see in the photo shoots. And he's at Pieces tonight with Shaquita. You guys should go. I might go too.
I've actually never been to Pieces.
To Pieces?
I'm not a Manhattan diva. I do not party in Manhattan.
You know what?
It was a special occasion. I produced the only all drag king and things show at Stonewall for like a year and a half. It was like a monthly show called The First Punch, dedicated to Stormy DeLaurier, who threw the first punch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's amazing. Wait, so are you still doing that show?
On the road.
I would love to take it on the road. We haven't done it in a while. Most of my crowds are in Brooklyn, and I just kind of got busy with other shows, but I would love to take it on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Book Oliver Herface, because there's so much potential here.
Oh my God.
Y'all
have no idea. I'm telling you, my obsession. This is my new obsession. This is my little boo-boo of this.
Put me on your pants.
Literally, when I first saw them and I worked together with them, I said, when I get the budget and I come back, you're in my show.
Oh, I live. Oh my God. I hope that your show comes to fruition and that we can just see you guys touring all over the United States and beyond. International, right? Like you guys just
I love it.
Give so much to a community, so much more than just partying and lip syncing. Mm-hmm. There's a message behind your art and, and I know like sometimes we don't like to be compared to activists, but it is a form of activism, and your indigeneity in just innately is activism. Being here right now, I'm so thankful that you guys came and like shared your stories with me because it's a very important side of indigeneity that needs to be told. Yeah. And I want to support you guys. I want everyone to support you. How can we support you going forward online? Is there, we talked about merch. Oliver Herface, do you have merch that we can buy?
I have some old merch. I need new merch, but I also produce the only all POC production of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yes. And I produce it every year at historic Coney Island, Sideshow by the Seashore. And so we have merch as Creatures of the Night for our Rocky show.
Yes, Creatures of the Night.
Yeah. So this year it'll be 2 weekends.
Shirt that says Creatures of the Night.
It does. It says Creatures of the Night.
Oh my God, I want one.
I have Creatures of the Night, and it has it's actually based on my lips, but it's like the lips, but there's 2 needles going.
Oh, the lips up here.
The lips up here. Yes. Yes. On the back that has the lips down there.
Okay.
But it has the piercings because it's an all drag burlesque and sideshow production of it. So I'm eating fire, we're doing glass walk, and we're doing electric chair, all the above. It's, in my opinion, the biggest and greatest production of Rocky Horror I've ever seen.
Oh my God, it sounds amazing. And the I've seen your videos of you putting these pins in your face.
Yeah.
Were you just like, ancestors walk with me and started putting it in your face? Do you prep for that?
Yeah, I do prep for that. And with pincushion, I started with play piercings, but I don't have a drag mom, but I have a sideshow, Selena Surreal. And shout out to her. She is one of the most experienced piercers in New York City in general. So I've been very blessed to have her walking me through proper piercing, she also makes all of my spokes specifically. So book her to make your spokes. Yes. But yeah, it's just a lot of mind over matter. I do pray from my ancestors. I do feel connected with them in those moments, but it is kind of just breathing and being in touch with my body and pushing through. I don't really like pain. But
say that again?
I don't really like pain. It's not I'm not a masochist, but
you didn't say that last night.
that was a special occasion. But yeah, it's a very mind over matter thing that's kind of, I don't know. It's beautiful to see how far the human body can go, especially as an indigenous people. Yes. Like we've taken so much in our bodies and physical trauma that it's really cathartic for me to be able to ritualize it, especially like the number that y'all got to see on Saturday. Like I am putting my blood into the candles as it is a prayer for Boricua, for Hawaii, for Palestine, for Congo. Like that is why, like I prayed to my ancestors, and it makes it so powerful to do this because it also has the energy of everyone in the room, so it's a collective prayer. And I was piercing myself and doing all this stuff, and I was like, I might as well use this for I might as well put this blood to good use.
I knew immediately what you were doing, and I loved that.
Thank you.
Not a sacrifice, but what's the word I'm trying to say?
Like an offering.
An offering. It's an offering.
I do say it like my body is the greatest offering that I can give, and I do give that to my ancestors. I give it to the prayer and hope for liberation for all of us.
Yes, I love that. And where can we find you on social media? What's the best?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Oliver_Herface. But you can also find me with the Black Cherry Sideshow. That's also just Black Cherry Sideshow on Instagram. And I post all the stuff that I'm doing around there. I do this full time. Coming out to shows is the best way to support. You can also find me during the summer down at the Coney Island Sideshow by the seashores. We've got 3 to 4 shows a day. Come on out. We are the longest running 10-in-1 sideshow left in the United States. And just, supporting Indigenous people in every area that we're at,
And save Coney Island, right? They've been trying to destroy Coney Island for fucking
And we won.
20
We won
years.
against the casino.
Yes.
The casino is dead.
That was opening last year, right? They were trying to open a
They were
casino
trying to
there.
open a casino, and we fought really hard against it. And because, Coney Island is historically a Black and brown neighborhood.
Yes.
And they were just trying to suck all of the life out of it and even cover you wouldn't have been able to see the shoreline also with what they wanted to build. But we fought back and we won.
That's
So
amazing.
Save Coney Island, come on out and support these long-standing shows. These long-standing, really very old art forms.
Very old.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Even eating fire originates from Diné culture.
Yes.
And also a lot of indigenous Southeast Asian cultures as well, but particularly Diné. So we got to get you eating fire next.
Okay, Shug, you ready? You gonna?
It's in your
Your
blood,
whole
dude,
fire.
but you got it.
The wig is just gonna go up in flames, buddy.
I don't wear wigs. This is my real hair.
Girl. Okay, Shug.
Yes, you relative.
How can we support Shug? How can we support Lady Shug? How can we support our relative?
Let's get me back on HBO.
Okay.
Her own show.
HBO, Hulu, Netflix.
No, not Netflix.
Not Hulu, Disney. No
Not
Disney.
Disney. Oh no, I love Disney. Stop it.
Disney, stop.
People will cancel me. I do love Disney. I am the Disney doll.
We had
I
the
love
Disney dolls, Pocahontas, the real life.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, not at all.
They
The
don't.
real TV,
They don't want
the real
my
telling of Pocahontas.
They don't
honey.
want me to do the real version of Pocahontas.
No, but we they don't want it, but we need you
Yeah.
to do that. So maybe one of these days they'll do right by us.
I think just booking the dolls, performing, coming to our shows, not necessarily maybe booking us, but showing up,
Tipping.
telling people I know it is an Indigenous person. You need to support them. Indigenous people will still exist.
Yes.
Buy our artwork, buy our drag, just uplift an Indigenous person. I know that sounds so difficult and so hard, especially during this time. But also just having me in a space.
Yes.
I think
Giving us opportunities.
a lot of times Indigenous people are forgotten. And so places like this where you offered me this space it's uplifting me.
Yes.
So just uplifting Indigenous people and knowing that we exist and respect our trauma and our history of who we are as Indigenous people. I, of course, always pay the girls and book us. So
Book us, please.
Yeah.
And where can we find you?
you can find me everywhere at Lady Shug Drag. That's LadyShugdrag.
And there's a link tree, and you
link
can
tree. You can
keep
buy my
looking back to
merch.
get this
Yes.
merch.
I
Hopefully,
don't know if I'll. It's expensive to print shirts.
it is
It is.
expensive.
Yeah.
That's why you need to charge more,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, you're right. But I don't want to be stuck with them. But yeah, my link tree's on there. Also, I do a lot of mutual aid work. So for y'all don't know, I live on my territory and I live in a border town that is a town that we get all our supplies, and a lot of times we have a lot of unsheltered relatives. So I created a thing called the Shug Challenge, which is my mutual aid work to aid our unsheltered, which is giving socks and backpacks and sleeping bags and just surviving, because a lot of times our unsheltered relatives in these border towns, they freeze or they get profiled in these unsheltered camps. So please look that up because you can donate.
The
that
Shug
way.
Challenge, yes. Donate to the Shug Challenge.
And so a lot of times my merch and my artwork, my beadwork that I do, that goes to my Shug Challenge. So yeah, that's the way I guess you can uplift me, is to
Yes.
help me uplift my own people.
Yes. And Shug makes beautiful beadwork.
Thank you.
And they're on your link tree for the most part. And also, are you okay if people like DM you about Shug, I need this or I want that? DM Shug, jump in those DMs.
Also, it takes me forever to answer the DMs, so don't judge.
Book the doll.
She's busy.
Book the doll.
Thank
Please. Oliver Face. Please book Oliver Face. I can't wait to see both of you
The LOL tour.
on the LOL tour coming to a city near you. And thank you again, relatives. And I think that's a wrap, right? How should we sign off? Should we say one shady thing?
Usually, well,
Prayer, I hope.
I don't know about a prayer. When I used to do my little podcast during COVID, I used to always tell people, it doesn't matter who you love. It's important that you know that you're loved.
I love that.
And that's to all my relatives.
I love you, Shug.
Cool. Wow.
I love you guys.
Relatives.
Relatives.
We're gonna fix that.
You need a shirt that says relative.
You know what? And I say usually see you soon, cousins. So I'll see you soon, cousins.
Cousins. Bye.
Bye.